I've ever seen in my entire 18-year
YouTube speech therapy for 2-year-olds. Alright, y'all, while y'all in here playing, do words with him.
Okay.
I'm just gonna put it on the TV.
Is she trying to smother me? I was not.
Look at them.
I was not. I was not.
They
You're
were.
trying to smother me. How you are going to jail? I'm going to jail for trying to smother your little sister. She is going to jail, guys.
Oh, God. Okay, so I normally record on Facebook Live, but I'm doing it this way. I went ahead and bought more gigs on my phone so I can start recording the videos and editing them and doing all that stuff. I told you I'm going to start taking this stuff more serious. But tonight's topic is going to be absentee parents. Again, you know how we do it here, male or female. I'm not naive to the fact that there are some women who don't think this way. But I am huge. I have a black son. I'm a part of the black community. I am all about helping people get further, elevation, self-awareness, self-work, the whole thing. So oftentimes I will take situations that are either in my real life or that I've heard about, and I'll use them to show people other ways to do things. So that's why we're here tonight. So as far as absentee parents, most of the time things start to go awry once your relationship is not good. And that's what I want to talk about. We don't want to talk about when things are good, because it should be good then. We want to talk about how to deal with things once your situation goes bad. To me, personally, children are almost as big of a commitment as marriage. I really think it is. This is somebody's life that you're dealing with. This is somebody who did not ask to be here. This is somebody who did not have a hand in your situation not working out. So as much as you would... I'm trying to be careful with my wording because I don't want to ever tear my African American brothers or my African American sisters down. So I want to be careful with my wording. But I'm hoping that somebody who is in this situation will see this, take my advice, and apply it in their situation, because it really is unfortunate. Like, it really, really, really is. There is a huge benefit to your entire family staying together. And that's whether you're in a relationship or not. And like I said, I want to bring these options to people because a lot of the times when you're in it and you're emotional and you're less logical, you don't think about all the options that you have. And you don't think about how you leaving is really going to affect your child, whether it's when they're younger or in the long run. You don't want your son to feel like he can have babies in houses and different houses. You get what I'm saying? Just keep moving from girl to girl to girl and not making anything work. No matter where you go, you're going to have, just regardless of who it is, nobody is going to be perfect. You're going to have to make it work somewhere. So why not do it? You get what I'm saying? While your kids have both parents. So we're going to start off at the breakup. I understand that after a breakup, depending on what it is, that you may need some space. But the bills don't stop. Your kids don't stop eating. Your baby's tummy is not saying, oh, my mom and dad need a break right now, so I'm going to just hold off for you. It doesn't work like that. You can't call the rental office and tell the rental office that you and your nigga broke up. You get what I'm saying? Or you and your baby father having a hard time. Or you and your husband, you get what I'm saying? Oh, he told you to give him the money and now he don't. They don't understand that shit. So it's like the priority has to be your children's life not changing. And you have to be able to be mature enough and self-aware enough to figure out, one, how what you brought to the table affected this entire situation. And two, you have to figure out how you cannot allow whatever that mistake to make. And this is where it falls on both parties. Because if a nigga cheated on you and you done gave him your all and this is and the third, I'm not going to make it seem like it's not hard for you to be in his presence. But what I am saying is, for the betterment of your children, we need to learn how to while the kids are awake, and then soon as, and like I said, I know this is wishful thinking, but it's options, and I want to give my people as many options as possible. You get, because it's just, there's way too many real niggas, quote unquote, out here, but there are too many of our children without fathers. You get what I'm saying? And without a healthy relationship. It is not healthy for you to see your child once a week, give them a few kisses, and then dip the fuck off. It's so much more to parenting than that. It's so much more to your child's life than that, and what they need from you. So again, we're going to go back to the breakup. Let's say y'all don't want to be together and y'all decide that. There needs to be a conversation had within a week. And I'm going to be honest. You got to think about bill cycle. You got to think about how your child is not used to. Stop, guys. You got to think about how your child is not used to not seeing that other parent all the time. You get what I'm saying? Especially if y'all going into a situation where y'all were living together and now you guys aren't. You have to be considerate to that. So take your space if that's something that's needed, but have it in your head, hey, we coming back to this. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to take a few days, but at the end of the day, your son needs to see you. And if it's a situation where you can't, after a week's time, then y'all need to figure out how one can come in and the other one can leave. Maybe it's the child being with the father while the mother goes to work, or vice versa. You get what I'm saying? When you get off, you can pick the kids up and keep them with you, and then I'll go out and do what I need to do. Y'all don't, in that situation, y'all don't ever have to see each other, and your children gets both of you. Now, let's say your relationship wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad of a breakup. Y'all have just decided it's just too much arguing, it's a little too toxic, and y'all have both moved to a greater stage of life. In that situation, hey guys, has anybody seen a charger? Oh, I got it. I got it. Have fun, y'all got 10 minutes. I gotta make this quick. So if it is a situation where it can be worked out, but y'all just don't feel that way about each other, stay together. Stay together in your home. And like I said, I know emotions are involved and all of those type of situations, but like I said, when it comes to the betterment of your children, when you're grown, keep sex out of it. Co-parent inside the same home. Split the bills down the middle, because y'all being separate not only hurts the child, but it hurts your pockets. It's cost effective. I mean, it's costly as hell to live out here. And it is much more cost effective to stay in the situation that you're in. Again, this is if it's not abusive. This is if it's not too toxic for you and your children to stay in. Hey, there's an option. Y'all can live together, split the monthly bills, split the necessities as far as the baby goes. Maybe you buy diapers 2 weeks out the month and the father buys diapers 2 weeks out the month. That is not something that y'all have to talk about at all. Like the options that I'm giving you are options that people have who don't need to speak to each other. This is very minimal conversation. Very minimal conversation. And if you that on your shit as a father or as a mother, you go walk past and see, oh, out of the box, I know it's 2 rows in the box. So if there's only one in there, all right, then I got about 2 days time. The mother shouldn't have to ask you. You get what I'm saying? If you have access to your child, you have access. You know as an adult the shit you need to survive off of. So how in the hell do you get to a point at all where you feel like, all right, I ain't about to be in this situation no more? That person on their own. I'm going to be honest, you do not have that right as a mother or a father once you bring a child into this world. You have a responsibility to exhaust all your options. And I'm going to be honest, I don't feel like it's something that you have to go to court for. It takes maturity. And it takes discipline. And it takes commitment to your child, not the other person. Not the other person. This shit can work in so many different ways, especially if you have a situation where only one parent is on like a clock. So mom, you go to work, dad stays here with the kids, do all the things that he is supposed to do, and then when you get off, he go out and do whatever it is that he got to do. You're not on no clock. You're working for yourself. You get what I'm saying? So you are the one with the more flexible schedule. And that's what I mean. It can't be a situation where you're just expecting, oh, I ain't gonna be able to get, I'm not gonna be able to change X, Y, and Z, or I got this going on. No. Both people need to come to the table saying, look, this is what I have to offer. This is not our children's fault in any capacity. And I want them to see you and have you as much as possible. How can we do this? Because I'm just going to be honest. There is no way in the world. And I'm saying this, court or not, conversation or not, mad or not, there is no way that any adult, any parent, because I can't even really limit it on adults. There's people having babies younger and younger. And when you do it like that, you have to just be, I mean, come on, you have to do the work. It is not okay to keep bringing children in this world, and then the minute something happens in a relationship or it doesn't work out, then you just on to the next. It does not work like that. There's a child. There are children in some situations. And if we're going to move on to the last one, because I'm not naive to the fact that there are some women and there are some men out here who don't want to work with you at all. It don't matter how good you do. It don't matter how open you are. It don't matter how considerate you are. It don't matter none of that stuff. You got some baby mothers and baby fathers or ex-husbands and ex-wives who are just that fucking petty. I'm going to tell you what you do in that situation. Nothing your child needs requires a conversation. And I'm going to be so honest with you. None of it. That baby need diapers. That baby need wipes. That baby need milk. That baby needs his father. You don't have to do anything in that situation but be positive, optimistic, and open-minded. And it's really unfortunate because if you're the one that's on the opposite side of that, if you're not the petty one, it's going to feel to you like, oh, hell no. Why the fuck? I done already let him do X, Y, and Z. He done already screwed me over. He done already did X, Y, and Z. He done already did da. Why am I still making it easier on him? You're not. You're making it easy on your baby. That's who you're making it easy on. That's who's going to be affected by this. So at the end of the day, if you realize that you are in a situation where somebody is not willing to work with you, politely let them know what that child's needs are and hold them accountable to doing it. If they don't, and you do have to proceed with court, I'm so against that. Like, I feel like court should be like the last thing. And in my personal opinion, you just having a baby with somebody is enough. That should get you enough respect right there that every time that motherfucking child needs something, that opposite parent is at least gonna give their best effort to make sure they got it. If you're dealing with a situation where, like I said, somebody is expressing to you that they don't care, or they're going weeks without reaching out to your child, or if they have your child and they're mistreating your child or you, because all of those things are options. Remain positive in your situation. Try not to ever speak negatively, regardless of how you're feeling, to the child about that opposite parent. And always leave the door open unless you feel like you or your child are going to be in some type of harm. Those are the only ways that I would tell you to not deal with somebody. If you feel like in your heart of hearts, because again, nobody who's ever sent their baby to the baby's father thought that the father was going to kill the child. You get what I'm saying? Like for all intents and purposes, I understand that thought process. So use your better judgment. You know the nigga better than I do, or you know the girl better than I do. But remain optimistic for your child's sake. Don't ever allow the toxic, negative things that person does to you to make you bitter or angry or hurt, or to the point where you're starting to act out of character or do things that will affect your children. Trust me, baby, they see it. They know who feeding them. They know who keeping them lights on. They know. And when they get older, Trust me, some battles just aren't for you to fight. Some lessons just aren't for you to teach. What's going to teach that man is when your daughter or your son is 16 and 17, and he say, hey, come take a ride with me real quick. And your baby standing right beside you like, I don't know him. That's what's going to do it. That's their journey. You get what I'm saying? As the responsible parent, you don't have the right to be bitter. You don't have the right to allow your feelings about the situation to overwhelm. Your child is already down a parent. If their mindset is not this, and I don't mean mine specifically, I mean on positivity, optimism. Hey, even though we're not together, I'm going to still do the best I can. If you already know that you're not in a situation like that, then you got to go extra hard. You got to go extra, extra, extra hard with that love, with that security, with that consistency, with that open-mindedness, so that you pass it down to your children. And you politely let them know this isn't about you. That opposite parent, if you have a child that asks questions that are affected, like they can tell the difference in their father not being there, or they know they've asked you a bunch of times, can they go, and then the dad never shows up, or if they, you get what I'm saying, or important shit like school stuff or doctor's appointments and all that stuff go. In those situations, please make sure to talk to your babies. Make sure to talk to your babies, make sure to love on your babies, and make sure to let them know this is a journey that opposite parent, again, whether it's male or female, has to take on their own. Because it's not okay. And there shouldn't be a day where your father doesn't know if you eat or not. And there shouldn't be a day where your well-being is solely put on one person. It shouldn't be that way. But the fact of the matter, it is. So if you have gone through step 1 and failed, and step 2 and failed, and you've gone as far as, like I said, offering co-parenting situations, and you just can't seem to make that person work with you, love on your children enough for the both of you. Because guess what? As much as we will want it to be that way, some people just don't think the way we do. Some people, some men and women don't lose sleep. They go right some motherfucking way else and be dozed off with their motherfucking feet kicked up. But on the opposite side of it, I know there's a lot of women like me. And there's a lot of fathers. Come here, baby.
No, I can't.
What? What's up?
Hey.
No, I'm not. What's up? I'm asking what do you need.
Oh, what you doing, TJ? Warn us before you come in the,
No. Why?
Ow, why you biting?
Warn us before you come in here. Why?
Because
Children.
Mommy, you can't record us.
Children.
Mommy, stop.
Y'all, I gotta go.
Mommy.